hindrance?
Well, let me first state we are, of course, in a very different situation than the one that Anne described, or Mariana, i.e. new innovations, etc. We are an old innovative industry in a sense. In aviation, we exist since the last 60s as far as the commercial aircraft is concerned. And the situation then was that there were 3 American manufacturers of large commercial aircraft, and the Europeans were nowhere. So the only way to compete with the Americans, and many people thought that was impossible, was to pool European resources. And that was done at the time, 69, 70, and Airbus was formed. And this was done with a lot of help from the governments. This would not have succeeded without government support. And I would say the government support was particularly critical in the first 20 years, until we really took off and became more and more successful. Today, the principal way of government support is what we call reimbursable launch investment. That is development loans for our large aircraft programs. Give you an idea, if we develop an all-new commercial aircraft, this is at least 15 billion euro non-recurring costs, development costs. That is huge. There's huge risk involved. So we get development loans that we reimburse, that we pay back, and after we paid back and the interest is paid back, we usually pay royalties. So if you look at the 40 years, I think there is a positive effect on the national economies. There's clearly payback from the industry in terms of employment, in terms of value added, value chain, etc.
And presumably you also rely on government in terms of procurement.
I would just say, I mean, if I look at our portfolio, commercial, but also military as the Airbus Group, governments are customer. When we talk about military stuff, military aircraft, military launches, satellites, obviously they are also regulator. We are very much regulated, not just in Europe, everywhere in the world, particularly when we want to export military items, and that regulation is, of course, accepted by everybody. And the third, as I mentioned, is as supporter or sponsor to, let's put it that way, to keep a level playing field with our big competitors. That is in R&D support and, as I mentioned before, the loan subsidies. So this is the situation in a rather mature industry.
Let's turn to you, Chris. Tell me about your thoughts here, because one of the things about the pharmaceutical industry, well, in fact, same with Airbus, is that you're critically reliant on the development of a cohort of excellence in terms of science and engineering skills at university. And presumably the other thing that in pharmaceuticals that you rely on is government dealing with regulation, because regulation can completely stymie the development of pharmaceuticals.